A very warm welcome to all the students for this lecture. Today we are going to see different methods of transforming the grammars. Now when I say transforming the grammars, it simply means reducing the grammars. Okay. Now what is the need for transformation? In a CFG, there may contain different types of useless symbols, unit productions and null productions, which when present may increase the number of steps in generating a language from a CFG. So as the statement tells you that there may be some useless symbols, unit productions and null productions in the context-free grammar, and if such things are there in the grammar, they may simply increase the number of steps in generating the language from that particular grammar. Now what are these useless symbols, what are unit productions? We are going to see all this. Okay. Now what happens when you reduce the grammar? Okay, reduce means after we remove those useless symbols and unit productions and null production, when you remove all these, the grammar is called as reduced grammar. So what is the benefit? So reduced grammars, they contain less number of non-terminals and productions, and hence the time complexity, which is a very important factor, the time complexity for the language generating process, it becomes less from these reduced grammars. Okay, the main idea of transforming the grammars is because when we talk about context-free grammars, we are directly dealing with an area of AI called as natural language processing. And natural language processing, and it is basically natural language generation, processing and understanding. Basically we are trying to train the artificial robots, okay, to understand the natural language, okay, so that they can understand it, they can speak, they can respond to the natural language and so on. So when we are dealing with the machines being understanding this particular language, machines being recognizing the language, what is more important is the response time. So time is a very crucial factor here. So if the context-free grammars, if the time complexity is more, the response time will be more. Okay, the complexity, as far as possible you should reduce the complexity of the grammars, because these grammars are directly you can say they are related to your natural language grammars. Okay. Now simplification of context-free grammar, it involves the following steps. So when I say reduction or simplification, what it involves? How do we transform the grammar? There are three things that we need to do. The very first thing is we should remove useless symbols. Now what are useless symbols? So useless symbols are of two types. There is something called as non-generating symbol and there is something called as non-reachable symbol. So it's a process. The first one is a process of removal of non-generating symbols and non-reachable symbol. There is no particular order in which this is done. So these are two types of useless symbols, non-generating ones and non-reachable ones. So after removal of useless symbols, the next process is removal of unit productions, which we shall see what are unit productions later on. And third involves removal of null productions. Once these three steps have been performed on the particular context-free grammar, the grammar is said to be reduced grammar, okay, compared to the original grammar. Now we are going to see what is this first thing, that is removal of useless symbols, what it involves. So the removal of useless symbols, here the useless symbols, as I said, they are of two types. One is called as non-generating symbol. Okay, what are non-generating symbols? These are the symbols which do not produce any terminal string. Okay, for an example, you consider this particular, these are the productions of the grammar. Say S gives A, B, A gives A, B gives B. So you consider these three. Fine. Now, which are the non-generating symbols in this grammar? Now, if you see, non-generating means what? Okay, a non-terminal it should be able to produce a terminal by replacing itself. Then it is called as generating. Okay, if there is a terminal, if there is a non-terminal or a variable that can replace itself with a terminal string, so such non-terminal is said to be generating symbol. Then what is non-generating symbol? Now in this example here you see non-terminal A can replace itself with small a. So A will be vanished and in that place you will have a terminal called as small a. Similarly non-terminal B also can be replaced with B. So this non-terminal B, it can replace itself with a terminal string. So that capital B is lost and what you get is B. So both A and B, okay, they are able to substitute themselves with a terminal strings. So they are both generating. But if you see this particular production, S gives AB, okay, S gives AB. Now what happens is S able to replace itself with a terminal string? You may say that S replaces itself with A. Then A further can replace itself with small a. Similarly, S can be replaced with AB, no? So it gives B also. And then B can be replaced with small b. But my question is, so you can say that S is indirectly generating A and B. We are talking about direct generation. Is S able to, on its own, is S able to replace itself with a terminal string on its own without the help of other non-terminals? No. So I can say that S is non-generating. Why? Because S by itself, on its own, cannot generate a terminal string. It does it with the help of other non-terminals, that is A and B. Okay. Next, suppose in this production, suppose there was another production. Okay, say C gives A C. Okay, suppose there was another production, C gives AC. Now you see this particular production called as C gives AC. C can replace itself with capital A and C, right? But what is C? It's not known, right? So at any point of time, C won't be able to replace itself with some terminal string by extinguishing C itself, right? So that's why C is also a non-generating symbol, because C is not able to replace itself with a terminal string. C very well can replace itself with two other non-terminals A and C and nothing else. Now suppose this production, okay, suppose this production was also having another term, say C gives A. Now I could have said that C is a generating symbol. Why? Because C, no doubt it can replace itself with two non-terminals A and C, but C also can replace itself with a terminal if required. So if there was another term called as small a, then I could have said that C is generating. But now C is not generating because this term is not there, right? This term is not there. Similarly, this S, which is a start symbol also, suppose S was also having another production, say S gives A, then I would have said that this S is also a generating symbol. So in absence of these extra productions, I can say that S is non-generating. Please note, non-generating, it simply means that S by itself, without the help of any other non-terminal, S by itself, if it is not able to replace itself with a terminal string, then S is not generating. What happens here? S is able to replace itself with A and B, and then A, B further can replace themselves with a terminal string. So indirectly I can say S indirectly generates a terminal string. But since S is not directly being able to replace itself with a terminal string, that's why I say S is a non-generating symbol. Okay. A and B, they can directly generate a terminal string, okay, by replacing themselves. So I say A and B are generating, S is not generating. Okay, that third production C gives, say, suppose A, C also would, if this was there, then also I say that C is not generating. Why it is not generating? Because C replaces itself no doubt with a small a, but then there is another capital C. Okay, so every time replacement happens, capital C will remain. So this C will never get exhausted. And that's why this C is also non-generating. Next we are going to see what are non-reachable symbols. Non-reachable symbols are those symbols which cannot be reached at any point of time starting from the start symbol. So suppose I had production, say S gives AB. Suppose the production was S gives AB, okay, or say AB or capital A small b, okay, then A gives A, B gives AB, okay, and another production, that is C, gives A, B. Now when you consider these four productions, 1, 2, 3, 4, what is non-reachable? So you see, from start symbol S is able to replace itself with small a capital B. That means capital B can be reachable from A. I'm sorry, here it should be capital B, not small b. Okay, so that means from start symbol S I can reach capital B. So S can substitute itself with small a b, and then from B, that means you can reach B. So that means from the start symbol S I am able to reach capital B. You see the second term, from the start symbol S I am able to reach A production because A is on the right hand side. Okay, so from this start symbol I can also reach A production. But from the start symbol S, am I able to reach C production? Although S replaces itself with A, but A has C on the right hand side? No. Similarly, although S is capable of replacing itself with B, is capital C on the right hand side of B? No. So not even from A and B you can reach C. So what happens is, from the start symbol S, okay, from the start symbol S, no doubt you are able to reach A and B. So I can say that A and B, these are reachable symbols from the start symbol. Whereas which are the non-reachable symbols in this case? C happens to be a non-reachable symbol, because from the start symbol there is no way you can reach C, because even through A and B you cannot reach C. So C is said to be non-reachable symbol. Now let us see the process of removal of useless symbols. Okay. Now there are 4 steps that we need to consider. First, we need to find non-generating symbols in the given context-free grammar. And what are non-generating symbols? We have already seen. These are the symbols that do not generate any terminal string on their own. That's important. And when I talk about symbols, symbols are usually non-terminals only. Okay. Now one should note that if the start symbol is found as non-generating, okay, you should leave that symbol. You should not eliminate that symbol. Usually non-generating symbols have to be eliminated, but if the start symbol itself is found as non-generating, you should leave that symbol. Why? Because the start symbol itself cannot be removed, as the language generating process starts from that symbol itself. So if start symbol itself is removed, the language will be a null language. Okay, so very first step in the process is one should find non-generating symbols. Okay, after finding the non-generating symbol, the second step is removal of non-generating symbols. Now how to remove? So in the set of production that you have, in all those productions, remove all those productions whose right hand side or the left hand side contains these symbols. So if there is a production where on its left hand side somewhere there is a term and in which this non-generating symbol is there, you have to remove that term. Okay, or let's say on the left hand side of the production, if there is a non-generating symbol, then remove that whole production. Okay, so the first step is finding the non-generating symbols. Second step is removing the productions containing the non-generating symbols. Third step, now after this step number B, okay, all the non-generating symbols would have been removed from the grammar. Next you go for finding the non-reachable symbols. What are non-reachable symbols? The symbols which cannot be reached starting from the start symbol. They are all non-reachable symbols. And step D involves removal of non-reachable symbols. So all this we will do with the help of an example. So there is a context-free grammar G whose productions are given as follows. These are the productions, okay, and we need to remove all the useless symbols. So we are going to follow the steps that we have just seen, and we are going to solve this. Okay, step 1. Okay, what is step 1? Identifying non-generating symbol. Okay, the first step is identifying the non-generating symbol. Now what is a non-generating symbol? Non-generating symbol is the one wherein, okay, if that symbol is not able to reduce itself to a terminal string, then it's a non-generating. Now looking at this figure, capital A can directly replace itself with a terminal A. So capital A is not a non-generating symbol. Similarly, if you see capital B, that is non-terminal B, it has two terms. In the first term, it is not able to generate the terminal string. However, in the second term, B is able to replace itself with a terminal. So B also gets lost, and in place of capital B you get small b, a terminal string. So that's why A and B, both of them, they are generating symbols. They are not non-generating. Now when you go to C, C can replace itself with CB, or C can replace itself with AC. Okay, so in both cases C directly does not directly C is not able to replace itself with a terminal string. Okay, that's why C, okay, C is a non-generating. So since C gives CB or C gives AC is the available production, and C cannot replace itself with terminal string okay, C is non-generating. Okay, now A gives A and B is also able to replace itself with small b, are generating symbols. Why? Because they are directly able to replace themselves with small a and small b. Now consider start symbol S giving S either gives AC or BA, AC or S gives BA. Okay, since S cannot generate terminal string by itself, S is also non-generating. Okay, so we have identified two non-generating symbols here. One is C and second is S. Okay, in step 2, therefore you can say C and S are non-generating. Okay, now in step 2, it is removal of non-generating symbols. Okay, now in step 2 we are going to remove the non-generating symbols. So how to remove the non-generating symbol? The step tells you that for removal of non-generating symbols we are supposed to remove those productions whose right hand side and left hand side or any one of these contains these non-generating symbols. So we have already found out or identified that C and S are the two non-generating symbols. So all those productions which contain C, okay, will have to be removed. Now, as I told you that S, here it says, just see, if the start symbol is found as non-generating, then leave that symbol, you cannot eliminate it, we have seen already. Now here in this, S happens to be the start symbol. We have just found out that S is also non-generating, but we will not be able to remove S. Understood? We will not be able to remove directly S. Okay, so what we will do? We will try to remove C. So removal of non-generating symbol involves what? Whichever productions which has non-generating symbol either on its left hand side and or right hand side, we remove those. Now, if you consider this term, S gives AC. Okay, since C is involved here, okay, since there is C that is involved here, okay, what I will do? I will have to remove this particular production. Now, student might say, sir, are you removing a start production? No, I am not entirely removing the start production. I am just removing one term of the start production. Usually, when you club these two things together, the cascading will tell you that the actual start production is S gives AC or BA. Okay, so what I am doing is I am just removing one term of the production. So by removing one term or by just removing this, okay, I am not removing the entire start production because the other part, this part will remain. Okay, so the first thing is I will have to remove this. Why? Because C is involved on the right hand side of the start production. So this I will be removing. Although I am removing this production, still start production will remain. S gives BA will remain. Now then, here on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side of this particular production, there is C involved. Okay, so I am going to remove this production also. Then for this production also on the left hand side as well as right hand side there is C involved. Since C is non-generating, okay, I will have to remove this production also. Now here there is no capital C involved either on the left or right hand side, so I will not remove this. Now production B or B production has two terms, the first term and the second term. In the second term there is no C involved, so B gives, capital B gives small b, this production it will remain, I don't have to eliminate it. But the second part of it, that is B gives AC, I will have to remove. So what I am saying is this can be actually written as B gives AC as one production and B gives small b as one production. Now since C is involved, I will remove this part and I will retain this part. Okay, fine. Now remember, a student might be asking that in this C and S both are not generating. I have removed all the productions where C is involved, but this production here, this is also a production where S is involved on the left hand side. Do we have to remove this production? No. Wherever S is involved, whichever production in which S is involved, those productions we will have to retain. Why? Because S happens to be a start symbol. Okay, and it clearly mentions that whichever production has this start symbol as non-generating, you leave out that, you don't delete it, you cannot remove the start production. So if S occurs anywhere else also, you don't have to remove those productions, the start productions. Okay, so finally in the step 2, removal of non-generating symbols. Okay, what we are going to do is, wherever capital C is involved in whichever production, whether it's a left hand side and right or right hand side, we are going to remove those. So all this 1, 2, 3 and this one also 4 we are going to remove. So what we will retain is after removal of the productions. Okay, I will just write here, after removing non-generating symbols, the productions are, okay, S gives, now S gives, AC will go, but S gives BA will be retained. So S gives BA will be retained. Then C gives CB and C gives AC will be removed. A gives small a will be retained. A gives small a will be retained. And B gives small b also will be retained. B gives small b will be also retained. So this is the these are the productions that remain that which are retained after removal of non-generating symbols. Now in step 3, what we are going to do? Identifying non-reachable symbols. What are the non-reachable symbols? If there is a symbol, if there is a non-terminal that cannot be reached from the start symbol, that non-terminal will have to be removed. But if you see this, is A reachable from S? Yes, because from S on the right hand side there is capital A. So that means from production S, that's a start production, you can very well reach out to A production. Similarly, there is also B involved on the right hand side, so which means from the start production you can also reach out to B production. So there are no more production. That means A as well as B both are reachable. So I say, since A and B productions are both reachable from start production S, therefore we don't find any non-reachable symbols in the above production set. Therefore, elimination won't happen. Okay. Therefore, finally, after elimination of useless production, the final set of productions are S gives, just write them as it is. S gives BA, A gives A, and B gives B. So this is the answer. In the next problem that is given to us, we are supposed to eliminate again the useless productions in the following grammar. S gives AS or A or C, where S, capital S, capital A, capital C are all non-terminals, whereas which are the terminals? A and B. Okay, so again, how to begin? the very first step involves identification of non-generating symbols. So step 1, okay, identification of non-generating symbols. So first we are going to identify non-generating symbols. Now if you consider this production, A gives small a, that means A can generate a terminal string directly. So A is not non-generating. B gives again terminal string AA, so B is also not non-generating. However, C gives A capital CB, and there is no way C gives a terminal string, okay, because no way this capital C can be then replaced with any other other terminal. So that's why C here, as you can see, is non-generating. Okay, so consider A gives A and B gives AA. Okay, these, okay, therefore these symbols, that is A and B, are generating because they generate a terminal string. Okay, however, C gives ACB is non-generating. Okay, there is no way C can generate a terminal string, therefore C is non-generating. Now if you consider, okay, also S gives AS or A or C, so therefore S is non-generating. But since S is a start symbol, you will not be able to eliminate capital S. You will have to eliminate only those productions where capital C is involved. Okay, why? Because capital S, although non-generating, it's a start symbol. Okay, so in step 2, elimination of non-generating symbols. Okay, now so in this particular set of production that are given, whichever production either on its left hand side or on its right hand side has capital C, all those will be removed. So which are the productions that you are going to remove from here? First, S gives capital C. This production you are going to remove, right, because capital C is there on the right hand side. And second, this production also you are going to remove. So this one you are going to remove, this one you are going to remove, because both these productions has capital C on its right hand side. So I will say, after removal of, okay, productions with non-terminal capital C, we get, so after removal what we get? S gives AS or capital A, S gives C will be removed. Okay, and A gives capital A and B gives AS, only these will remain. A gives capital A and B gives AA. So these are the three productions which you are going to get after eliminating the non-generating symbols. Now let's go to step 3. Here, identifying non-reachable symbols. Are there any non-reachable symbols? Okay, now please note here, now S, which is the start symbol, has S on its right hand side and A on its right hand side. That means from S you can come back to S production, or from S and any point of time you can go to A. Okay, so what you can see here is there is no way from S you can reach B. Why? Because B is not involved on the right hand side. Okay, so since there is no way we can reach B production from S production, B is non-reachable. Okay, and finally in step 4 we are going to eliminate elimination of non-reachable productions or symbols. So elimination of non-reachable symbol meaning whichever production which has B involved, okay, that will be removed. Now here B is involved, B gives AA, so that will be removed. If there was another production where B was on its right hand side, that production also will be removed. So in general, elimination of non-reachable symbols, now in this case B, what it means is in this set of productions, wherever on its left hand side or right hand side capital B is involved, all those productions will have to remove. Okay, now here B is only involved in this particular production, so this will be removed, B production will be removed. So final, so I say, okay, after eliminating B, okay, we get S gives A, S or A, and A gives small a. Okay, so this is how you can eliminate the useless productions. First non-generating symbols and then non-reachable symbols. Thank you.